I'm Barry Gough, biographer and historian. I'm pleased to read from my book, Possessing Meares Island, recently published. The original human inhabitants of Clayoquot Sound, like those of Nootka, formed a culture dominated by two concepts: hereditary rank and kinship. Rank was based on possession of rights to inherited property of the land and the sea and the ability to exercise these rights. Ownership of non-tangible items, names, legends, dances, histories, was also a matter of bright pride and possession. Much may have changed over the years since John Meares' visit in 1788, 1789, but the legacies of culture cannot be swept away. And so it was that when the linguist Dr. Barbara Efrat went to interview the Hesquiat for an oral history project at the Provincial Archives of British Columbia in the 1970s, she found that information supplied to her was dominated by matters relating to possession or possessory rights that had been encroached upon or trespassed by non-natives, by governments, by corporations. Much attention was given over within the culture to property rights, both on land and in the water, she found, but there was also a focus on property rights in their languages and dialects. She learned of native resentment. She found that not long before, a cultural committee had been established to protect Hesquiat culture and how it was to be interpreted by outsiders. The culture has not died out, she wrote in her report in the 1970s, despite severe provocation from white institutions, but has changed and adapted to the new conditions introduced by the Europeans. Here is the basis of the persistent claim of rights and privileges to the forest and to the sea that emerged in dramatic fashion and gained prominent public attention in the year 1984, when Moses Martin declared Meares Island, Clayoquot Sound, a garden. It was the New Chalmouth version of They Shall Not Pass. Indigenous nations of Clayoquot Sound had been actively protesting for years, but in 1984 their cause became a matter of intense interest, gaining public attention at last, and with it the attention of the media. Logging company Macmillan Bloedel had made clear its intentions to clear-cut sections of Meares Island, as was the company's legal right under rules of forest management regulated by the province of British Columbia, and the Clayoquot or Clayoquot were determined to prevent this happening. So it was that on April the 21st, 1984, at the Meares Island Easter Festival, held in Tofino's Wickaninnish School Gymnasium, 600 people, including local residents, musicians, members of the media, gathered for an urgent meeting arranged by the Friends of Clayoquot Sound. Vancouver Island artist Godfrey Stevens had carved Weeping Woman cedar for the event, and the carving became an enduring symbol for conservation. An air of seriousness filled the room. Momentous announcements were about to be made.